Sheila Larson was a young nurse who gave a famous interview to the sociologist Robert Bellah for his book, Habits of the Heart. It's a classic in sociology. It's about the religious practices of Americans. And so he was asking this young nurse, Sheila, about her own faith life. She goes, well, I believe in God. I can't remember the last time I went to church. I'm not a religious fanatic. I basically follow my own little voice, my inner voice, and it tells me to love myself, to be gentle with myself, and I suppose to be kind to others. So I do have a religion, and I call it Sheilaism. And that became kind of a shorthand in sociological circles for many, many years, even today, about a certain kind of religious attitude. A private religion, a religion of one, in which each person is their own worshiper, priest, and indeed God. And such a person in the private religion, once again, seeks affirmation, seeks good feelings, seeks comfort. These are not necessarily bad things. We should love ourselves appropriately. A really bad self-image can be extremely damaging. But is that all we want from our faith? Can such a faith challenge us? Can Sheilaism change us, lead us to conversion? Can it elevate us? It can't. You only take as authoritative what you already agree with. You only take as gospel what makes you feel good. It's a very, very limiting religion, Sheilaism. Now, the only thing I would critique about Robert Bellah, he said this was a modern phenomenon, and clearly it isn't. I love this prayer from the Pharisee, quite honestly. I prayed versions of this myself. Thank God I'm not like that knucklehead or whatever. We've all done it, come on. Maybe not consciously. But he is a Sheilaite. I love the words that the gospel uses. And he addressed this prayer to himself. He's not praying to anybody else but God. He's basically reminding himself of what a swell guy that he is. He will never be converted. His prayers will not reach beyond his own consciousness, and he will remain stuck. And I love our first reading from Zechariah. The prayer of the humble, the prayer of those people who know they are broken, they pierce beyond the heavens. They pierce beyond the skies. These are the prayers that reach God himself. What is the tax collector looking for? He's not looking for affirmation. He's not looking for good feelings. He knows that there is something wrong with his life, and he knows that he is powerless to fix it. He knows that he has to turn his gaze away from himself to a God who can heal, who can restore. He's not looking for affirmation. He's looking for conversion. He's looking for salvation. He's looking beyond himself. And I think in this age of commercialization of everything, including our faith, it's important to remember the dangers of a Sheilaism. We can all do that. Liberals, conservatives, we're all guilty. We allow the gospel, we allow the Pope, we allow whatever to be only as authoritative as we want it to be, not as we need it to be. If all we're hearing in our prayer life is, you're doing great, you're praying wrong. I have to do that to myself. It's a reminder to myself that I too need to avoid the dangers of Sheilaism and have a religion of conscience, a religion of faith, a religion of conversion. In a few short weeks, John Henry Newman will be elevated to a doctor of the church. He's one of my great theological and spiritual heroes. And he had this wonderful quote, "To live is to change. To be perfect is to change often." Let's be perfect.